Looks like we could be here a while.
You think? Yeah.
You mind if I ask you a question?
No, we're friends. Go ahead.
Why is it that when a black man and, well, why is it that when a black person and a white person get in an argument, and the argument gets to a certain point where the black person calls the white person a racist, and then the white person defends themselves by saying, I have black friends, why is that automatically dismissed?
Well, it's like you can count your black friends on one hand. You know, for you to say, I have black friends. So now you're qualifying who your friends are.
How do you know that, though? I mean, I mean, it's plural. It could be 20.
Okay, right. But if I'm in an argument with you,
yeah,
and we get into having to do with the race card, and I say, well, I have white friends. Does that really make sense to you?
Yeah, I mean, yeah. Because if you were somebody that didn't have any white friends, to me, the point is that the black person is trying to make to the white person is that you have no respect for black people. You are a racist, and racists, to me, don't associate themselves with anybody of any color that, you know, in whatever races they hate, they don't associate with them at all.
That's
so
true.
because racist is such a strong term that when it gets thrown out that way to somebody that actually does have black friends, from this side, it's offensive. It's really offensive, actually.
Okay, I can see your point on that. But what I'm saying to you is this: it's like if you and I were in a conversation and I said, well, I have white friends. That sounds pretty stupid, doesn't it?
I don't know. Agree.
Yeah.
I kind of agree to disagree, but I think that in an argument when nothing that's overtly racist has been said, and the black person pulls the race card, that's the black person admitting that they've lost the argument and pulling out the untrumpable trump card.
And I'd have to disagree with you on that because there are always subtle dimensions of racism, and just because you make a comment and you don't mean it as a racist comment doesn't mean it can't be perceived as one. Not saying that you have to step around your words and you have to censor yourself because you have to be who you are, but there are things that are said, like for instance, if we're in a conversation and you call me boy, now I know you don't mean it as a racist statement, but if someone else were walking in the room and they heard you say boy, they might perceive it as being a racist statement.
Well, yeah.
But see, I know it's us. You know, because you call me boy, I call you boy back.
True.
So it's kind of like I said, it's, you know, it sounds like you can count your black friends on one hand.
I don't think that's what it sounds like at all. You curious about white people?
Yeah, I do have a question though, but it's
ask me something.
Okay, man. Okay, you guys are dancing, right?
This is not going to be good.
And you know, I mean, now it's not all, because I've seen some white guys with rhythm, and there's some great ballet dancers, some great modern dancers, some really great hip hop dancers, some tap dancers.
Okay, enough qualifying. What?
But I mean, you know, you're right here, and then y'all want to throw in a clap and a spin, and I'm like, what are y'all listening to? The beat is over here, and you way over here.
I don't know. I have to claim.
Is it the beat? Is it the words?
I have to claim ignorance. I don't know why it is that and I freely admit it, the white man does dance like that. I think it's probably so black comics will have more material.
Okay. Okay. All right. Okay.
I mean, the white man overbite does exist, though. Yeah. It's bad.
Okay. Yeah, y'all invented dances like the shopping cart and the washing machine. I mean, you know.
That was a really deep, hard-hitting question. So you're gonna have a problem with it when white people start referring to themselves as a minority? You know, once Hispanics take over the #1 spot?
Well, in the past few years, I've heard white men specifically refer to themselves as being in the minority, and no, I guess it's about time we traded places. So I won't have a problem with it at all.
Really?
Really? I mean, you know, you and I are friends, right?
Right.
And I've been the minority for a while, and so that didn't affect our friendship. So if you become the minority, but I don't think that you will be, because as long as you're in control of Wall Street and major corporations as such that are the finances of this country, I don't see how you can be considered a minority.
Well, exactly. That's kind of my point. You say we can't be considered a minority, but the minority is actually that's a numbers thing. It's not a racial thing. But that's why I'm saying that because blacks have been in the minority for so long, that maybe you kind of stake a claim to that word being yours in a way. That's kind of what I was getting at.
Yeah. Okay. I can see your point. I don't necessarily know that I want to wear it like a badge of honor, but it just is what it is. Okay, let me ask you a question. Why do white men and white women feel like they're entitled in just everyday life?
Honestly, I don't even know what you mean.
No, you know what I mean.
Well, yes and no. I mean, I guess that I don't agree. I don't know that I see that. I know personally I don't feel entitled. I mean, I came out of school with a degree and couldn't even get hired in my field, and worked 3 jobs making piddly money. And I'm a white guy, and I didn't bitch and complain and say that, you know, that's my birthright because I'm white that I should have a job. I went back to school and I fixed it. But that's just me personally. I don't know. I think I can only speak to my experience with that. I don't know. Getting back kind of to that other question about, you know, not having a problem with whites calling themselves a minority. Do you think there's ever going to be a day when it's okay for a white man to use the N-word?
You didn't just seriously ask me that, did you?
Yeah.
Hey guys.
Hey.
Script changes. Woo!
Yay.
I know. So Cecil, this is going to affect you more than it does Jimmy, but just look over it. Shouldn't be too big of a deal. Well, actually, do you have questions right now?
Yes. In that scene, do I still do the take to the camera?
Mm-hmm. Same thing, to the camera. That's right. Any other questions?
Yeah. Beth, you're a lesbo, right?
Okay, Cecil, that is offensive. So.
Oh, sorry. I thought that's what you guys called yourselves.
Okay, first of all, we're not guys, and second of all, that's what drunk frat boys call us.
Sorry. So, you are gay?
Yep. I am gay.
Do you mind if I ask you a question?